Hey friends, welcome to this bar basics video focused on touching on many of the lower body movements that you will see in a typical bar class. We'll move kind of fast and furious through lots of different movements. This is a great opportunity for a lower body workout on its own. Or if you're curious about what type of lower body movement you'll see in a bar fusion or bar class, this might be a great place to start. You need a clear space. I have a mat. We are going to get down onto the floor at the end. And you may also enjoy a chair. Make sure it has a secure base, and you may want to put it either up against the wall, or you'll see me move mine onto my mat so it doesn't slide while you're moving. Okay, so with that all being said, take a nice deep breath. We'll turn our focus inside. I'll set you up with our focus for this bar basics lower body class. I have a scripture for you from Proverbs 12, verse 3 from the Message. It says, "You can't find firm footing in a swamp, but life rooted in God stands firm." How perfect is that? As we consider physically, we need a strong foundation to stand and move through life. We also need a firm foundation in God so that we can walk out in life, so that whatever comes our way tries to throw us off balance, we can return to that strong, firm foundation. All right, so each move today is going to get about 30 seconds of work, and then we'll take a little 10-second rest in between. It's going to go quickly, but we're going to have so much fun. Take one more nice deep breath in, and as you exhale, step your feet wide apart. We're going to start in second position. So if you were a dancer, second position is toes out at a diagonal and feet are apart. We're going to go nice and wide. Now, depending on your body structure and how open your hips might be, this might look different. Mine go pretty wide. Yours might not go that far. That's okay. What I want you to think about is toes turned out, heels in, knees pressed back, heart stays lifted, shoulders over the hips, tailbone kind of down. We have a neutral pelvis, so we're not lifted or tucked, but we are thinking down and rooted in our feet, all right? I'm gonna start 30 seconds here, and we're gonna work through second position. We sink down, roll to the pinky toe side of your foot, and then push yourself up. Inhale and exhale. If you look down, you might see the arches of your feet. The knees drive towards the toes, and then think about what muscles are doing the lifting. Inhale to lower, exhale to push. Hands for now are just gonna stay right here. This is lower body focus for this bar basics. Good, one more. Good, now we're gonna step in, feet about hip width apart, traditional squat. I'll turn sideways just so you can see. Sink your hips back, weights in the heels, wiggle your toes, and then push yourself up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. We'll do lots of variations on a squat in bar class, but we can feel for now the extension, this nice stretching as we sink back, and then the strong lifting. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. For this next one, I want you to step towards your chair. Hands can rest on the chair. We're going to sink back into our squat, and we're going to lift our heels right and left. So we do a little pulsing almost variation in the squat, so we get this nice engagement, continued engagement. As you lift your heel, you feel a little bit of different work in the back side. Keep breathing. Right and left alternating with the heels. We stay long through the spine. Gaze probably out in front of you a little ways. Good. All right, come all the way up. Now turn to the side. First position, heels together. Toes are out like in a V. And we're just gonna sink down. We're gonna do a few down and up, not big range of motion. Here's where we go with this. If it feels confident and comfortable for you, lift your heels up off the ground. Press them together like magnets drawing them. We lower and lift. As you lift, think about driving those heels together. Inhale, exhale. Doesn't have to be huge range, especially depending on all kinds of things, but as you're letting your body kind of get used to this type of movement. One more. Good. All right, stay in first position. Send your right foot out, knee is slightly bent. We're gonna leg lift to the front. This is a nice inner thigh exercise. We also get into these hips here. Inhale, tap, exhale. Inhale, keep steady through the hips. We're kind of engaged through the core, but not super bracing. We just feel kind of strong. Engage, relax the shoulders. Good. Let that leg rest. Maybe shake it out a little. A deep breath. Then point your left foot forward. Soft bend in the knee. Pointed toes. Lift and tap. Now this standing leg can be soft through the knee. Again, we think about this. Inner thigh is rotated towards the ceiling. We have our chair here for a nice support. You're doing great. Exhale to lift. Nice. Now turn to face your chair. We're going to step back into a traditional reverse lunge. Right foot is going to go first. Step back, drop down, lift, and bring it in. Back, down, up, and in. Back, down, up, and in. So we take out the momentum. We stay nice and lifted through the heart. Okay, our gaze can be forward. You can take this as big or as shallow as you want. That didn't sound right, but I think you know what I mean. Good, step in. You get a little break. That standing front leg is probably feeling it. Switch legs, left side, back, down, up, and in. Back, drop, lift, step in. Step back, drop, lift, and in. Make that front leg hold you steady. It's doing some great work here. Lift. Good. Now, step in. We're going to go to a ski slope lunge. A little different because we're going to slide back. Look at my line. I'm in an angle like going down the ski slope. So we're going to lunge, step back, and we're going to slide it in. Slide it back, slide it in. Now, when we get into classes, we start to add some props. This Pilates inspiration in Barre Fusion, if you've done any work on a reformer or some resistance training work, that's what we're trying to mimic. So eventually we'll be adding like gliding discs and things like that in. Good, step in. Nice deep breath. What did you notice there as you held that ski slope? Slightly different work than the traditional lunge. Let's go from the right side. Set up in that ski slope. Gaze out in front of you. Slide it in. Slide it back. See how I'm hinged now over this front knee? And in the other lunge, I was upright, heart and shoulders over hips. So we're just making a little different ask from our back side in the ski slope lunge. Slide it back, slide it in. Last one. Good. All right, come all the way up. Step to the side. You might slide your chair off to the side if you need room. Going to a lateral lunge. We're gonna step out, little lunge, bend in the knee. Toe might be turned slightly out and come back together. Lunge. We're gonna stay this same side. Pause in that lunge so you can feel the weight in your back, send your hips back, and then launch yourself back to center. Lunge and lift, I like to say. Lift. Lunge, lift. Lunge, and lift. Lunge and lift. One more. We get a little pause in the center. We're gonna do the same thing to the other side. This is a good opportunity for a breath, a sip of water. Here we go, we don't get too much time. Lunge, pause here so you can feel it. Knees drive towards the toes. My toes like to go a little bit out as I step because that feels better on my knee, okay? So you can, there's not one single right way, but send those hips back, lunge, and then lift. Lunge and lift. How are we doing? Firm foundation, right? That's what we're building. Okay, now from here, we're gonna go to curtsy lunge. So this is like a third position. So we're stepping our right foot back, toes are turned slightly out, heart stays over hips, and we just sink down and up. Now for the curtsy, I want you to think about everything drawing towards the center, okay? We're just doing the same side, down and up. Knees drive towards the toes. The back foot is almost like a little kickstand. More weight is probably in that front foot, the pads and the heel, okay? All right, come up, step in. Let's try the other side. Step the left foot back. This kind of third position, I believe this is. Down and up. For all my dancers who might be watching this, I apologize. It's been many years since I was in ballet. I remember a few things, but so much goodness here. So please be forgiving if you know what I'm saying might not be completely accurate. I'm doing the best I can. Curtsy lunge, okay? Down and up. As you sink down, you also might notice a little slight hinge forward. That's okay. All right, lift, shake that one out. All right, I want you to turn towards your chair again. We're taking the right foot back for leg lifts. Extended leg, we're gonna lift and tap. Point those toes. Lift and tap. Lift and tap. This work is coming from the booty, okay? Watch that we're not arching through the back. Hips stay steady, pointed forward, and we lift and squeeze. Lift and tap. Good. All right, step that foot in. March it out a little bit. We're going right to the other side. Left foot steps back, soft bend in the front knee. Lift. You can pause in the lift and find that squeeze and then tap. Lift and tap. You're doing amazing. I know you are, because it's important to you, just like it is to me, to be building firm foundations so that we can move through life strong and steady, and knowing where we can return if we ever get shifted or feel unsteady, right? All right, step that one in. A little march out. Now we're going to the corner. Point into the corner, the room, so we have slight external rotation in this hip, and we're gonna lift and tap. Lift and tap. The foot is going towards the corner of the room. Good. Exhale. Exhale. We get one each side. Lift. All right, step it in, a little march it out. Then we go to the other side. We slightly open up that hip, point the toes to the corner of the room, and tap. And tap. Now, I have my forearms because I'm on a bar stool. That feels nice. If you want to come up a little bit, you can rest your hands on the back of the chair or the stool, whatever you might have. Just remember, all the work's coming from the backside. So maybe you pause and just notice what's lifting and then tap. Good, one more. All right, shake that out a little bit. Last is rainbows. Go back to the right side, point the toes back, take it out to the right side. You're gonna lift up like a rainbow and tap across. lift up, and tap out. Again, all the work's coming from the backside, so steady hips, strong, stable spine. If you get a cramp, pause and tap it out. Probably means you're doing something right, because we're really isolating and making these guys work. Okay, switch sides. Little marchy marchy. This is our last standing exercise. Tap it out to the left, up, rainbow, and tap to the right. Rainbow, left, rainbow. I have a soft bend in my standing leg. You'll also feel work there. That standing leg isn't just there to keep you up. It's doing work to hold you strong and steady. All right. Up and over. Up and over. You might find one side likes to do this a little more than the other. Just simply notice that. Good. Last one. All right. Okay. We're working our way down to the floor into bridge. We will do lots of bridge work in barre classes. You'll see this often. Hands at the sides, fingertips towards the heels. Lift the hips. Okay, squeeze the booty, draw your heels in towards you, and then tap and lift. Tap and lift. You're doing great. A little squeeze at the top. Backside muscles. Good, one more. Rest the hips. Relax for just a moment and we come into single leg bridge. So you're gonna lift up into bridge. You're gonna put your weight in your left foot. Keep your hips, bones steady. You might put your hands there and lift one leg. And then try a few singles. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Now hips don't have to be reaching up towards the ceiling. Just notice that the muscles are working. Hamstrings and glutes mostly. Lift. All right, switch. Nice deep breath. Last little bit of work and this barre basics, fast and furious. Lift. Good. Is almost done. Singles now on the right side. Draw your heel towards your hips. Relax your shoulders. My right side seems to be a little bit more cooperative than the other today. Strong low. These are strong muscles designed to do lots of work, and often they get forgotten about because of the way we move through life. No judgment, just how it goes, just what life requires of us. So it's nice to have some time to focus specifically on these muscles, and we'll find that they do us a lot of good. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Nice deep breath. That was it. You did amazing, amazing. I can't wait to see you. Maybe you come back here and do this when you have just a few minutes. Maybe you take this with you into a full barre fusion class, and you say, oh, I recognize that move. And notice how we put a lot of this lower body, upper body together in combos in class. We're doing a figure 4 here and stretch, then switch sides. These are always my favorite after a barre class. The figure 4s, either on the ground or standing on the chair or something. It feels so good. One more big breath. All right, start to rock yourself up. If you want to stay longer in some stretching, feel free to do that. Come all the way up. I'm going to close us with this reminder of Proverbs, how important this foundation work is. It says, you can't find firm footing in a swamp, but life rooted in God stands firm. May you feel stronger in your foundation physically, and may this class encourage you to strengthen that foundation in God. I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.